have video proof that he's cheating.
What you won't do to do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up.
Hey everybody, thank y'all for joining me. So we are going on with our next part. We are now on part 3.
Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Also turn on your notifications and subscribe to join the community.
She is not like, this one is a crackhead, and this one, and she don't even brush her teeth, and this one, I mean, it's so many different women, but I'm like, they don't have nothing on me. What do I do next? Do I bring this to him? Do I just wait on him to stop? What do I do? I noticed going through his social media that he doesn't post any pictures of me. I'm his wife. We've been married for about a year at this time. He's not posting any pictures of me whatsoever. On my birthdays, he never posted of me. On our anniversary, he never posted of me. We were married for a little over 2 years. And in that time, he had never posted anything about me. Anything on his social media. He said that he wanted his life to be private, right? Which I would have never, ever been with if I would have known that. Because when I first met him, he didn't do social media. He wasn't even on social media. So when he gets on social media in the marriage and he says, you know, I'm not posting anything because I want this marriage to be private. He's like, nah, because that's how people get their wives stolen. And that's how people, then they start to add you. And then they start to criticize me. And I don't want them to know where I be at because, you know, you post the church. And say if somebody got a beef with like my song or something, then they're going to come to the church and they're going to know my location. And he said that's his reason for not posting me. So I can say this now as a woman of wisdom. If a man is not posting you on social media, it's bigger than him just wanting to be private. Even on his Facebook, his status was single. And I said, well, at least change your status. I don't need to change my status. That's not important. So none of these women that he was talking to even knew that I existed. They didn't even know he had a wife. So I go forward and I post a picture of me and him. And I said, you know, married 1 year. The girls came out of nowhere. It's girls inboxing him. It's girls commenting on the picture. It's the inbox is what's catching me because they're inboxing instantly. And I knew for a fact that he was cheating. I knew that he was cheating. I knew that it was physical. I knew it. There was no hiding it at this point. They are writing me, boo. They like, who are you? Is this a joke? One girl was, I mean, all kind of different things. One girl's like, you were just over here last night. And it was a lot. So in the midst of me feeling broken over this, I'm feeling angry, right? I know I can't blame them because he doesn't even say he's married on social media. And I'm just writing these women back. And some women are cooperating. Some women are saying, well, you must not be doing something right. And all these things, right? As if I'm not already in a low place, in a very hurt place. And some women are very invested. I never would have thought that as a woman of God, and I'm married to a man of God, well, I have to experience this type of thing. And I'm still in the mindset, and y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I'm still in the mindset of if he just cuts all of this off, it's going to work. This is still my husband. So he comes home and I tell him about all of this stuff I found in his phone. I tell him about the women who wrote, and he responds and says, well, why were you on my social media? And he said that they were not writing him in that context. I know that they were. They were not writing him in that context. Those women are jealous. They are lying. He wanted them to become fans. That's the only reason why he entertained them. But he never met up with them. He goes on and on and on about this was nothing. It was just them being fans of his. And this was nothing. And I'm like, yes, it is something, you know. But we get into an argument. He leaves. He said, this is nothing. I should have been his phone. He changed his password. He deletes the picture. I had changed his status to married. He deletes that and changes it back to single. I didn't see him till the next day. And next day he comes back in as if nothing had ever happened. He tells me that was nothing. And I'm like, I know I'm not stupid. Like, if I was in the world, I would have been fighting him and cussing his mama out and doing all that. But I'm changed, and being saved probably do make you kind of soft, because I'm like, okay, so he comes home and I'm like, let's talk about this, because he's relationship with these other women, and he's like, nah, I guarantee you the best woman I ever had, and you know you're a good wife, and I wouldn't do that to you. And I feel like, well, okay, we're moving forward, right? And I don't know if just because at the time I'm still in love and I don't want to be broken, I don't want to be hurt, and I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna move forward, And from that day forward, something shifted. Something definitely shifted. I didn't know exactly what, and I kind of began to be in this place of like, okay, if you say it, then it must be the truth. I began to question myself. I began to question my confidence. Again, I'm still in the place of being kind of sexually deprived. And I'm just like, what do I do next? So I'm a woman of God. I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray about that. I'm going to cry. I'm going to pray. And that's what I began to do. I began to cry and I began to pray. And I feel like I can't tell anybody because, you're supposed to keep your marriage private. And I'm not going to trip off of it because time goes forward. My husband at this time, he is fully involved in whatever you want to be involved in. He's accusing me of cheating. I am just like, I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling down. I'm feeling like not desired by my husband. I'm trying everything I can try. Everything, right? I'm trying to find new ways. I'm making my living room to a strip club. I am like doing everything that I feel like a man needs. And I am going above and beyond. And it works for like a day or two, and then he's back to like this distance. And I'm confused. I'm like, is this man bipolar? He's going back and forth, and then he begins to get kind of violent, right? If he says something, he means business. And in this violent attitude, I notice rage. So a lot of times, if he told me to do something, I am doing it. If he told me he wanted something, I am getting it. If he told me he needed something, I am providing it. Right? And if it did not happen, rage would kick in. And when rage kick in, it begins to get very, very violent. I'm the type that I will fight you, but not in this marriage. In this marriage, I know that if I was to fight him, baby, it would be over for me. And it's not that he is the strongest. It's not that he's just this big man. It's a spirit of rage that I know if I was to fight back, it would probably be bad for me. So in the midst of some of these violent times, I'm just getting dogged out. And I'm not getting black eyes. So I feel like it's not a big deal, right? I'm like, he's just in the spirit of rage. I gotta pray for him. I gotta try to get him to come back to church. I gotta, call out to God for him. And this is my mindset because I'm not getting punched in the face. I'm not getting punched in the mouth, but I'm getting hurt. I'm having trips to the hospital. Things are broken, bruises. I wore a turtleneck for like 2 or 3 months because I got poked out scars on my neck. And then I'm taking pictures of all of this in my work phone because I can't have my phone around him. And just a lot of different things, y'all, are coming into practice. He begins to have a rule that there's no Bibles in the house. Keep in mind, we pastor a church. We can't have any Bibles in the house. We used to have Friday night worship nights. There's no more of these worship nights. It seemed like anything that represented God, he hated. And I know I know who God is. I know that demons can do different things inside of a person. It's not them, it's a demonic entity. So this is the mindset that I have. Keep in mind, this man was the man of my dreams. So to go from that to this being a violent situation and this rage that I had never seen before, and on top of that, it's these rules that are like compromising to God. And in the midst of this, tore up Bibles. Y'all know how hard it is to tear up a thick Bible? He tore up Bibles. And each time these episodes would happen, I would cry like a baby, y'all. I would cry. And I would feel like powerless. I would feel like, what can I do? And I had never been in an abusive relationship. So I didn't really know how abuse felt or how it looked. If anybody was telling me they was in this situation, I didn't even have compassion for people in abusive relationships. If I knew somebody was going through this, I'd be like, girl, why don't you just leave? But I couldn't even take that advice myself. I'm like, I'm going to work on this marriage. This man is going to be saved. This man is going to give his life back to the Lord. He's going to get out of his backsliding state. I'm going to pray for him. And I'm going through all of these different emotions, and I'm hurt. I'm hurt physically. I'm hurt emotionally. I'm hurt mentally. I am in an all-time low, right? My husband is cheating. For a fact, I know that he's cheating. I have video proof that he's cheating. I have text messages that he's cheating. I have girls calling. It's obvious that this man is cheating, right? And that's the state that I was in. I'm just like, I don't know what to do, Lord. Like, who do I tell anybody? Do I beg him to come out of this? And I begin to think it's the latter, right? I can just cry to him and tell him, please, what can I do to solve this? So in the midst of me feeling lonely, in the midst of me feeling like I don't know what to do, I'm just trying to be the most freakiest me. I'm trying to be the most nicest me. I'm trying to cook. I'm trying to clean. I'm trying to do things I would not normally do to 1,000 power. He's wanting me to dress a certain way. Everything about me begins to change, and it begins to change for the worldly. It begins to change for the world, and I'm a pastor, and it begins to change for the world. And I wanted to be with my husband. If he's at the club, I want to be at the club. If he's there, I want to be there. And that was contrary to what God wanted for us to do, right? But I'm trying my best to be around my husband. What do I need to do to be around him? If he wants to smoke and smoking will keep him home because he can smoke weed in the house, smoke weed in the house. If he wants to drink and drinking will keep him from cheating, drinking in the house, drink in the house. If he wants to go to the club and he's going to come back home from the club, do it. Like this is, I'm at this point to where whatever I have to do to keep my husband, right? And I know that this is a very unhealthy state. And I know that most people are like, girl, you are tripping. But I was like, I'm trying to keep my husband. And I know the type of man that he can be. And that's what I'm holding on to is that first year. Like, I know the type of man that he can be. I know what he's made of. I know that he loves me. But he's just stuck. He's stuck in the world now. And he's going to the strip club. And he's meeting these different women. And he's in the studio. And he's so far from where he started. And I know that he just needs redirection to get back to God. So I am praying. And I am exhausted. And I am trying to do all I can do to going above and beyond. And it is draining me because I'm not allowed to have the Bible in the house. I'm not allowed to have worship music in the house, which means I have to leave to get that. And if I go to the church for an amount of time, then I'm getting accused of cheating at the church. And a part of me wants to cheat.
My friends wonder